ain't gotta be a mystery. Look at the dress, you see how she walking, no contest. Strutting her stuff like a runway model. Somebody yell stupid, everybody follow. Where you at, whoa? I'm on the dance floor, take a bite out of calm before I let go. Fellas bob your head and girlie shake it. The new no limit, we gon' make it.
All right, top 30. This is wait. Let's actually just check to see when the last Hus list was posted.
It was about 2 weeks. He's doing like every 2 weeks, just
Okay.
about.
So in 2 weeks, we will see who has improved. I don't necessarily remember the last list, but
Yeah. Well, I have a comment on the whole list every 2 weeks thing,
Okay.
but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. So top 30.
Oh, I remember the first spot. Hang on. Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure I do, dude.
Oh, let's go.
All right, the European Evo next, baby. Number 40? Or, I mean, number 30?
Put number 30. Let's see it.
Bro, now I
That's
just feel,
my dude.
now I just feel bad though. Like,
Okay, so to preface this, he said he's going inactive for a little bit. Some personal things. He's just taking some time off.
yeah, he is taking some time off, but also like,
Yeah.
I should at least say for his sake that like Kyle isn't actually this bad. I only advocate for putting him behind on the list because he's like he has lost a lot of matches and he's not PvPing very much. So like between being kind of inactive and then like losing almost all of your matches, that's like you obviously should be at the 30. But he's not actually 30 bad.
He's not bad.
No, he's not. So I think when he comes back and he continues to PvP, he needs to be placed higher. But,
I think if he comes back and he actively plays, he could get a decent spot.
yeah.
But as it stands right now, this is still underrated. But
Yeah, this is still...
I can understand why he's low.
Also, especially if he just won those matches in EU that he was talking about, like,
Yeah.
you know, he's got a little bit of momentum, but he is going on a break, so we'll go
Yeah, he's
past
going
this.
on a break too. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
29. Pyromancer. Dude, I don't... Who the fuck is this, dude?
I can't tell if it's an alt or not.
I'm ashamed to see that those dudes guild tag on this guy, I'll be honest.
You're the one who invited it. You
Bro,
invited this creature.
But like, look, our guild is gone to shit since Axe joined. Like, it's over.
That's my dude right there.
It's fucking
That's my
over.
dude.
All right, this is probably fine.
Yeah, probably somewhere towards the fucking beginning end. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is Darn?
Yeah, so I have no idea who this guy is.
There's a few people neither of us are gonna know.
Okay,
If we don't know who you are, it is what it is.
sorry. Act.
That's my dude.
This is good. This dude's such a
How
fucking
is he
troll.
already listed?
This dude's such a fucking troll. Oh, already ahead of Kyle too, dude.
That's wrong.
Yeah, this has to be wrong. Like there is no real justification.
This is
of this.
definitely fucking with them.
Yeah. I
This
think
is
so.
absolutely fucking with them.
I think so.
And I can respect that.
I respect it too. We did ask for Kyle to be like,
I'm a big advocate of some chicanery involving Kyle.
I don't know.
I feel like I know this person, but I also don't. Okay.
So, WYO.
The GOAT.
Dude, I don't even know. That's probably fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be a little underrated though.
It might be a little low because like there's that. I know there's people ahead who I have never seen.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, maybe I'm not the first person to say it, but he's not bad.
And I don't know who this is either.
Me neither.
Okay. This is a failure so far.
It's fine.
23.
The meat comes in the top 20.
Yeah, it does.
Just keep it rolling.
23. I know who this guy is. This
Oh, really?
WYO should be ahead of this man, but this is more or less fine.
All right. So WIO is just underrated.
Yeah.
Recon.
Fine.
I think it's more or less fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't see why WYO would not be closer to this guy, maybe, so.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Underrated, right? Like,
yeah, Scar is definitely a little bit
21?
underrated.
Okay. Yeah, Scar's
Like,
won
like,
a lot more
yeah.
matches to be.
Yeah. I think Okay, I think we'd have to compare it to the people ahead of him, because I think a lot of the people ahead of him should be ahead of him, but I don't think Scar's bad.
True. I keep forgetting that this is just a top 30 list. There can only be so many people ahead of him at this point.
The thing I've learned from making lists, the numbers themselves don't fucking matter. It's just the order of people.
Yeah.
And like realistically, Scar is better than everyone we've seen so far, and a lot of the people we're gonna see are better than him, but some aren't, and we'll get into that.
So 20.
Speaking of, I love Koromant. I think Scar's better than him.
Yeah, I do think Scar is better than Koromant.
This is a horrible spot.
Nah, I don't either. This is probably he PvP's a fuck ton.
Yeah, he's always about it. He's about the action. He's about everything.
Yeah,
that's my dude.
That's our dude. All right, TOP. Like I do think this is probably an ult.
I heard some people saying that. I've never seen this person, I can't.
I have a couple times. I'm assuming that this person is only placed this high because other people know whose ult it is. Otherwise they wouldn't be this high. It's like that's the most simple way to put it. So it's obvious.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm going past that. 18.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
This is
UIT.
criminal. This is criminal.
This could be. This is a little criminal.
It's criminally low.
Yeah.
And the worst is, considering the 5 words that I saw, he's gonna get lower.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later, but
So there is some drama that has transpired because of this position, and we are going to dive into that.
It's directly because of this position. There's a lot more factors in play, but
yeah, UIT is essentially claiming bias. So, but it's not just based on this position, and I have my own. Well, I don't really have strong opinions on it, but I have some things I do want to say about it, but we'll get into that after. So stay tuned until the end of the video, because that's when it gets juicy. Alright.
I do think UIT is underrated, though. He should be higher.
This is Musab. I don't know if you've ever seen him play.
I did not. What do you think of him?
I actually really like Musab. Musab is probably one of my... Like, with Koromant, dude, they're 2 of my favorite players. But I think Koromant and UIT and Scar are better than Musab. But Musab's definitely better than the likes of players like WYO and Recon. So,
yeah.
This is a little overrated.
A little bit overrated?
Yes, sir. 16. Ray. That's Ray Undead right here.
Oh, that's Ray Undead.
Yeah, dude, this guy never quits.
Such a Ray Undead name.
I know, he never quits, dude. He's always... He
never quits, and he hasn't breaking into top 10 yet. Not my boy. Not my boy.
I don't know. I never see him playing, so but otherwise this would be fine. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm sure this is fine. I mean, he's not better than UIT. I doubt that, right?
Okay, nah. UIT is like I will say that for a fact. There's no way, especially between Ray not really playing right now and also the fact that I do think UIT is better. I guess that's not a fact, but I think UIT is better. UIT should be ahead of this guy.
Yeah. I definitely think UIT should be ahead.
And then there's you. Wait, what was this?
As
15?
me. 15, yeah.
15. So first list already 15.
First list, I'm halfway to the top.
Damn, dude.
I'm getting there. So how do I rate myself?
Are you allowed to do that?
Should I go on definite and let you do it? What's going on? What are we doing?
I don't know. If you have some things you want to say, I'll let you.
So okay, I think overall, I'll say this right now. I know the person who's like right ahead of me. I know the next person. I'm better than that person. I am better than the person at 14. However, I think UIT is better than both me and him. So overall, this spot is probably fine, but a few shifts have to happen.
All right. I do like this spot is a little overrated, but
you're a bitch. You're a cocksucker.
Yeah, but I'll say this though, that I think you're pretty much better. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to beat UIT, and I do think you're better than everybody they placed you ahead. But I don't necessarily think you should be placed too high until you've started to play against a little bit more of the EU talent. You know
I
what I mean?
have to play against more people still, but from what I can tell right now, I could be here. I think once I start playing against more people, I can get higher because I have some opinions about some things, but we'll get into that.
So for me, okay, I'll kind of change what I said. This spot is fine, but I think this spot could be argued against.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm better than this guy.
Okay.
I'll say it.
Really?
I'm throwing down the gauntlet.
Bro, yo, well, now we need a Yeet guy Shadow King 1v1.
Here's the thing, right? I love Shad. I've loved Shad since like 2013. This is an honorary. There's a few honorary dudes in the community. This guy's one of them.
Always, forever.
Yeah, forever. I love Shad. I think I'm better than him. I think UIT's better than both of us. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I haven't seen this guy enough. But I'm pretty sure I can take Shadow King.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I think for the first time ever in my entire time playing that I am finally better than Shadow King. And like I feel like I truly deserve to say that because Shadow King has been better than me for years, like over 5 years now. And
there's been multiple meetings between the two of you, and it's only just recently swung in your favor.
Yeah, so I do personally feel like, yeah, you're right. I do think you guys are better, and I do think I think this spot is a little overrated.
I think overall this spot is fine for Shad. I just think I'm better than him, and UIT's better than both of us.
I think Shad to me is like a number 15 PvPer, like, and I've been saying it throughout the other lists I've seen where they've kind of placed him around 15. I think that's good.
Yeah, I think somewhere around here is fine.
Yeah.
It's hard to put a number to it exactly.
Yeah. So Rex is right ahead of Shadow King.
I guess I can probably see this. I feel like I don't see much of Rex anymore.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
That might be an EU thing. What do you think?
I've seen enough. They're about the same.
Yeah,
I guarantee you Rex probably thinks he's way better than he is, but
damn,
I mean, it's just not true. So
damn,
he's probably fine where he is because this is still close to 15. This is only 13.
Yeah. And you're throwing the gauntlet too?
No, I'm not throwing the. I'm not. No, that's a somewhat fine spot. It's just I get the feeling that Rex feels like he's better than he is. I don't know that for sure. Yeah. I just he's always talking shit about me. So, and here I am, right a fucking head. Yes. Suck my dick, pussy. This is
why are you holding an egg here?
Oh, they got me with the egg beater. Damn it, dude. That's unfortunate.
You could talk. You could talk first.
I don't really have much to say. I just want to say thank you for the spot. You know, I'm working hard to train towards the #1 spot every day, and I will only continue to train. And when I am met with adversity, and when I'm met with things that set me back, I will overcome that too, and I will just continue to progress and be better.
Can't just be thanking for the spot. You gotta talk about it.
Nope, you want me to stir some shit.
In mouth.
I will say I'm better. I'm better than everybody. They put me ahead except UIT. That's it.
Yeah, this is one of those spots where it's like, do you deserve to be breaching into the top 10? You deserve to be like on the outskirts of it for sure.
Yeah,
I could feel that. But UIT is one of those players where it's like that dude's probably in the top 10.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see. I'm cool with this spot. I'm gonna be ahead of you next list then. Just
okay,
you wait.
11.
Beat your ass.
Axel.
So from the bit I've seen of Axel, that's probably fine, right?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Top 10. Now I want to say this.
But Axel's not better than UIT. I'm also. So
I want to say this right now. This doesn't have much to do with the list. I thought it was funny. I checked. Out of the 10 people in top 10, all with their notorious classes, 9 of them have healer as their first one.
Yeah.
There's only one real one.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about why I feel like I'm gonna struggle to get top 1 is because I'm not doing that. Like, that's so bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't force people to play the most overpowered class in the game to be like, it's not fun, dude. And the way these people play healer is that they are hardly mobile. And what I mean is they step into mid, they walk up right next to so that they can click back into the door, and then as soon as they're being targeted, they click back and then they hop back. Like, there's no mobility. I
definitely saw Huss doing that.
You're not sliding. That's not a skillful play style. You're doing that so you can focus on getting your heals. A lot of these players, when you watch their POVs, they're not even targeting their heartbeats. They are just spamming it, and they're just hitting whoever they can hit for the most part until they are actively chasing somebody. And that's just not skillful. You cannot tell me healer is necessary for the top 10 positions. Fuck off.
Yeah, I fucking hate that class.
All right, what about this spot? HT.
HT.
Was this?
This is 10. This is 10. Okay. This is 10.
This is the top, officially the top 10 then.
Yeah, we're breaking into the top 10. This is more or less fine. This is one of those spots where it's like, I still think UIT could probably take them.
Yeah, I think
Huss is good.
Now
this is where I think UIT would be around.
Yeah, so HT, I think HT is probably more around. Like, this is where UIT should probably be.
Yeah.
And HT is probably around UIT's level, I'd say.
I don't hate this spot, though. I think the spot overall is fine, but it's one of those things where UIT is just underrated.
Yeah. Boss.
How you feeling about Boss? I've only seen this guy once or twice.
Yeah, I don't get to see him too much, but... yeah, this is unfortunately this is really hard.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
I wish I could say more about him.
Yeah, I wish I could say more about him too. I think we just move on. It's all right. It's probably fine.
Boss, if you want an opinion, you're gonna have to PvP with those dudes a little more.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fight Mace. Top. So we have some experience against this guy because of the 2v2s.
We do have an experience in a very professional setting too. Tournaments matter.
Yeah, he's good.
He is good.
This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Yeah, I'm fine with this.
This guy snaps. This guy goes crazy.
Yeah, this guy's good. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Wait, Top. Somebody like Top. Do you think he's okay to be putting ahead of somebody like UIT, right?
I think Top is better than UIT.
Okay, thank you.
From what I've seen.
Yeah. Corny.
I don't think I've seen this person yet. No, I have. Have I? I've seen them in like a zone, I think, once when we were getting to pop them.
I've seen him a couple times, and I think he's kind of a cheap player, to be honest. Like a
lot of people are.
Yeah, a lot of I won't lie. A lot of people do play as cheap as possible. And the last time I played against this guy, he decided to go double heal classes against us. So I don't think there's any honor in that. You know, there's no skill in that. So from what I've seen, I think this might be overrated, but I haven't seen quite enough. Continue. Number 6,
Viz. I think Viz is good. I haven't seen him much, but when I do see him, I think he's pretty good.
I think this could be, this is probably fine. Yeah, I would much rather him at 6 than like top 3. I think I've seen him in top 3 in other lists, and I don't think that's...
Yeah, I think around this spot is fine. Shout out the GOAT, only one without heal.
Yes, attaboy, Asperity. This is a real champ right here.
Let him know what the fuck you're about, Asperity.
I think this is fine.
I think this is good. He definitely choked a little bit in the 1v1 tournament.
He did, but that everybody.
I don't want to judge him too hard only for that, because other times I've seen him and he's been good.
Yeah, again, it is. I'd like to say we can judge people on their losses all we want, but at the end of the day, we are playing a very RNG-based game. So
yeah,
I mean, things
hard
happen.
to judge someone off of only one game.
Yeah, things happen.
Can say that. Let's not forget, he turned Korey into the boy who cried Oz. You saw that.
yeah. And that's why, again, I think everybody should take our opinions with a grain of salt. Because a lot of these guys we've only seen a couple or a few times, and we are judging them based on that. And that's not really a fair assessment. So, number 4. Red Snake. Attaboy. That's fine. What you like Red Snake?
I swear to God, I've always thought this was a shared account. I've always thought this is one of those accounts everyone plays on.
He's really still in E1T1. Is he been in E1T1 all this time?
So is WIO.
Oh.
It might be just like a remake of it. But yeah, I was always under the impression it's like a shared account. If it's not, the general skill level I've seen from this account, yeah, it's somewhere around here.
I really like him.
I'm cool with it.
Atrix. What was this? Number 2?
This
number
is
3?
This is 3. This
okay,
is 3.
Number 3. Oh.
This is
I don't.
This is a spot.
I don't like this at all. I've already said it.
Okay, you want to talk about like the top 3 altogether? You want to just go through the top 3 and talk about them all at the same time?
Yeah, let's do that. That's perfect.
Yeah,
it's a great idea, man.
Yeah, thanks. I get that a lot. So we have Atrix, we have Noid, and we have, I think it's Chaff? Yeah, it's Chaffo.
Chaffo at number 1.
Why is Chaffo in here?
I don't know.
What's going on here?
Maybe he's not like leading. I really thought he would be involved in slaughter. Like that's always been his build.
What's going on?
I don't know. So I'm taking a look at these guys' notorious classes real quick, just because I want to know. Like it's all.
You gotta change the color of this text.
They're all S tier classes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do they have Guardian? No Guardian on Chaffo. Chafo's literally 100% all.
Chafo's like all of the best classes.
Yeah. Dude.
Let's get into it.
I don't see how Atrix isn't deserving of the number 1 spot. Like, I feel like.
So it's weird. So Atrix proved the most by winning the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah.
He proved a lot by winning that.
He did.
And I could respect that. However, I've also played against him a couple times that I've watched him play, because he's one of the people who records his point of view.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be comfortable putting him number 1.
Okay. Interesting.
This is no shade to him, because I like Atrix. He's cool, and I'm good with him having a high spot. But sometimes I've watched him play. I've like tried to get into his thought process. I don't think he's bad, obviously. He won the 1v1 tournament for a reason. I think he's good. But is he like the best player? I don't know about that one, boss. Like I guess he might be, but it feels weird calling him number 1 at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Atrix is definitely the best Guardian in the game. I've played against him. I will say that for certain. And I just think with a tournament win, he was already probably rated at least. I feel like he was already being rated top 3, probably at least top 5. And yeah, I feel like a tournament win should at least bump you up spots for that next upcoming list. You know what I mean? If you that's not even to say like keep him at number 1.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think just from what I've seen recently, he's proven more by winning the 1v1 tournament than I've ever seen Chaffo prove.
Yeah.
Ever throughout all of my years PvPing, because I've seen Chaffo since the jump. Well, or not since the jump, but I've seen it since like 2013.
I haven't even gotten into whether he's actually better or not than the people in front of him. I'm just saying that if you're like Huss is the one who hosted this tournament, the reward should be like a performative improvement in the list. Like even if it's just that following week. Like I don't think the APs. I don't give a fuck about the APs, dude. I like that the tournaments helped move me up in the list, dude. That's fucking sick. I like that people are finally, and I feel like he should be temporarily rewarded with this tournament win because he proved something, at least for the time, that he is the best 1v1er. So you know, but otherwise, you know, it is the top 3 in these.
He's still up there.
He's only 2 spots behind the number 1, but then we have Dragonoid ahead of him, which not sure what Dragonoid's done in the past 2 weeks that puts Dragonoid ahead of Aatrix. And Chaffo, I also don't understand in that regard as well. Chaffo, I don't even necessarily believe is better than Aatrix. I think Aatrix and Chaffo...
I don't either.
I think Chaffo and Aatrix are the same skill level, but I don't think they hold the number 1 spot in terms of their skill.
Yeah.
You throw UIT against these guys, they're probably going to lose.
That is true. I do think UIT takes games off of them.
Yeah. So...
But here's the problem, right? Here's the problem with saying they're not deserving of the number 1 spot. At that point, it comes back into, like, numbers don't matter compared to the order of people. Because if they don't deserve 1, who does? You know, it's one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not comfortable with saying anyone's the best, because I don't think there's a definitive best player from what I've seen.
Exactly, but that's why I think the tournament should have the more weight, because between these 5, like, you know, even going back, like, between... Yeah, let's just... The entire top 10, man. Wait, so HT, Voss, dude, Top, all these guys can contend. All these guys, Red Snake, Asperity, all these guys can contend for the number 1 spot, but the number 1 spot should be depending on how well they performed since the last list in those 2 weeks. Who got more wins? Who was on more? Who won the more tournaments? The fact that people are just continuing to put these guys, you know, Chaffo and Dragonoid at number 1 and 2, like they are for sure just like so godlike that they just can't be surpassed is wrong, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
So I don't know. You have to at a certain point you need to start rotating players into the top 3 that haven't been in the top 3 before.
This is another one of those things. So here's the problem. You want to know what I think a big problem is? I think 2 weeks is too soon for lists to be coming out. I think considering the way these lists are, these lists should not be coming out like 2 weeks apart. Because so here's my thing. We had the 1v1 tournament, and I think it's fine for a list to be coming out like immediately after that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think a list should come out again until after the 2v2 tournament's wrapped up.
Okay.
I think lists should coincide with big things that are happening.
Dude, alright, I was not vibing with you at first because I like the list every 2 weeks. It gives me something to look forward to, but I actually now that you're saying something, I think that's smart as shit, because I think that's the best way to reward players by participating in these things. It's like a fucking genius idea.
Yeah, I think lists should directly coincide with what's going on in the community. I think that's what the timing should be. I've always kind of thought this, but when I was making lists, there really wasn't much going on in the community. It was one of those things where it's like it was starting to die out, and now it has some signs of life are showing.
Yeah.
And I think since signs of life are showing, I think lists are super important. They're always going to be so important to this game. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
I don't think we should just be forcing them out like every 2 weeks without any point in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every 2 weeks is something that worked a little bit better when there were non-stop like zones every day. So you had like an ever, revolving door.
There was an everlasting thing. There was always a chance to get in and show your stuff. Zones just aren't common like that anymore.
Yeah, and
it is what it is.
Zones also very clearly, specifically pointed out who was trying to improve, because like the people who wanted to get higher on the list would sit in that zone for like 2 weeks PvPing until somebody noticed them. So that's kind of how you could gauge whether or not like you could start moving somebody up or not. But without that, it is I like Kris's idea, and that also incentivizes list makers to do events more.
Yeah, I think more events is always going to be good for the community, and I think it's when you're doing like a tournament, the whole excuse of, oh yeah, I wasn't trying that hard, and people will say that sometimes, that goes away. If you're not trying in a tournament, you're a fucking idiot.
I agree. Amen, brother.
If you're actively not trying your best to win a tournament, then like what the fuck are you here for?
Yeah. I agree. So do you want?
What's up?
All right, you can go on. I really am eager to look into UIT's message.
I'm eager to look into it too. But yeah, like I said, lists, instead of just being a time thing, be based on events.
Yeah.
I think that's healthier for the game. It incentivizes people to play more. Because otherwise, we're going to get into a problem. And the problem with these lists are, right? If you have just a bunch of lists between events, between big events, when there's no zones going on, the lists are going to stay the same, and there's just going to... spots are going to change just for the sake of saying that it's not the same list.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see some of that discussion going on when we get into UIT's whole comment.
Yeah.
Because he said something about, the whole musical chairs thing.
Okay. So do you want to just dive into that?
I think it's time we get into that.
Okay. Let me go find it.
We just got done talking shit about him.
Yeah, so this is what sparks the war in the EU server, mainly between Hus and UIT. Hus is the European Evo Next, by the way.
Yeah. The European Evo. That's a hard ass title.
Yeah, it is. So should I read this?
Yeah, you want to do the dramatic reading?
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you are better at dramatic readings, but
no. This is you. This is your video.
Okay. So UIT, he watches the video, and something is not sitting right with him. So he comes to the EU server and he says this: the player skill is way closer to. Wait, is this actually the? Oh, okay. Wait.
It is.
I feel like I feel like there was a little additional part in the in our server. So.
He said he just said he was reposting it. Hang on, let me scroll up in our server and see.
Because this. There had to be something
else. Oh, no, there is a little bit more. You want me to just read off this first part that he said?
Yeah, read off the first part.
Your list has the same 10 people playing musical chairs on the list. It only changes when you have drama with one of the people there. That's the reason why there's an influx of anonymous lists. People are unhappy with the lists. The only reason they don't want to say anything is because lists overall are good for the community. I don't want to see the exact same jerk fest from week to week. Your crew needs to get a lot better. Over the last 4 lists, no one has really broken into the top 10. Close to 0 movements between the top 15. And then it goes into this.
Okay. The player skill is way closer to in this meta. Most top 20 can beat top 10 or even top 3 depending on the day. I'll prove my point by listing what the top 10 has looked like in the past 2 months. The only thing that changes is for the people who have beef, or who has beef your team. Wait, what? Who has... Okay.
Beef with your team.
Beef with your team. Beef with your team. It's a circle jerk for your friend group, which is super evident once you list everything that happened over the last 4 lists. Here are my findings. Top 3 to 4. Chaffo.
He made a research paper.
Yeah, so this guy, he did the research, he pulled up the Excel spreadsheet like Otis, and he went to work.
No. Okay. Don't make that comparison.
Okay, I'd actually also like to say before we go into this that I feel like people are going to write this off as UIT taking the game too seriously. I don't think that's I think that's fucking stupid as shit to say.
I think that's fucked up to just chalk it off as that.
No, and also we all take the game somewhat seriously to enjoy the game and provide entertainment, and
we still play this game. That alone is a problem.
It's called immersion, and everybody does it, and I've learned this after researching content creators who especially do rage compilations, who can still get off the game and go do normal things after they're not, even they might rage, their faces might turn red while they're playing the game, but they can shut off their computer and go do something normal and forget about it. That's proof that people don't take games seriously. You can display a wide range of emotions, simulate those in game, and just do it to have fun. And I think what UIT is doing right now is beneficial to the community. So anybody who writes this off as him taking the game too seriously can shut the fuck up. If I see that reading this conversation, I'm gonna call you out. That's it.
I feel I haven't read it, but I feel like someone's gonna say it.
Yeah, someone will. So. Top 3 to 4.
I hope it's not us. I don't want to go in on the.
I don't want to have to either. So.
But we will.
We will. UIT. So here's UIT's research. The top 3 to 4. Here are his findings. The top 3 to 4 are Chaffo, Dragonoid, Eli. Is that Atrix?
Atrix.
Okay.
That's Atrix, I believe.
And Elijah and Viz. So the top 9: Corny, Rex, Asperity, Rented. even if inactive. That's Zephite.
And Red Snake.
And Red Snake.
Oh, Rented is Zephite?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Yo, was he listed? If he was, we might need to go back.
No, he was.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
That was him.
So, depending on your activity, Rex rented Aruga, based on if your crew had beef with them or not. Voss as Zengel complained about the list from Huss, not even making this about me. It's super clear where the bias is. Corny should at least be placed top 5 based on activity and just a good player. Viz is hella inactive and couldn't participate in a 2v2 tourney that he had a week to log into. Rented logs in to play 1 to 2 times a week. Rank 1 should be left to someone who did an impossible feature, like 10-0ing Logic in a 1v1 tournament, then winning it all. The fact that you guys didn't give him rank 1 after showing that is hella suspicious. I agree.
He's speaking.
Dude, this guy is speaking facts, dude. He is spitting right now.
He's talking to him. He's talking to him.
He's speaking to me, dude. He's touching my soul and my heart, and he's making me feel like I've been right all along. So, list of people who can make the top 10 bleed. The last performance, pretty much it's an alt. Okay, well, I already figured that. Shadow King, Scar, Yeet guy, that's you, dude. Voss, who he was in top 10 on this list, right?
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure.
Azengel was not on the list, right?
No, I haven't seen him recently either.
Azengel asked to be taken off. I think he might have gone somewhat inactive. 1, 2, 3. He puts himself on here. Marik, Mace, and me.
I understand what. It's you.
Yeah, Bradley.
He has played once recently.
No, he's played more. Yeah, he was.
Has he been playing more?
Yeah, I was. I've got like a recording of a fucking amazing game that he played that UIT kind of ended up throwing.
Oh.
But I was like, I don't know. It's such a good record. It's a good game. I want to upload it eventually. And evasive, dude. Look at that, Kyle.
Yeah. I'm really surprised UIT put him on, because I heard they 1v1'd recently. It had an interesting result.
Yeah, I am surprised to see Kyle as well, but that's cool. He's showing respect.
He could definitely win. He could definitely take some people down.
Yeah, especially if he's on Warrior 2. There's really no reason that Kyle wouldn't stand a chance against you. Alright. I'm sure I'm missing some, but this is just from who I've seen. There is a reason there are 10,000 alt lists now. Do something. Alright, so...
Damn.
So, we'll kind of skip through Voss, because Voss isn't really... He's not arguing, he's just... We'll find where Huss...
Yeah.
I want to see where Huss actually responds. Oh. Oh, wait. Let's look at this. I think they're talking about...
I saw Kyle.
Yeah.
I saw Kyle.
Yeah, so... I listed people, in my opinion, you are hella disrespecting. I'm telling you, he's being underrated. Oh, seeing as, I guess, Tisnad is talking about the skill gap between Evasive and Voss, saying it's humongous. So UIT saying they're kind of being disrespectful to Evasive. Yes, you put him 30 when he's actually a good player. I mean, he's not wrong. Evasive is a good player. I
do, however, think there is a pretty big skill gap between him and Voss.
Okay. It's disrespect, Evasive. All I said is how... Okay, you know, UIT continues to go on. He's really defending Evasive. So...
Yeah, he's defending the guy.
I think
I can respect it.
I think that should stand for something, considering UIT is a top 10 PvPer. Like, whether you want to list him like that or not. This is a guy who's played against Kyle, and he is vouching for Kyle. I don't know if that's bias, but... Because I'm not... You know,
I think there's a little bit of bias going on.
I wouldn't be putting Kyle too
so
high.
what's it called? I don't think Kyle is like comparable to Voss, like he said.
Yeah.
Like what's it called? Who said that? I think it was Tisnad.
Yeah, Tisnad.
Yeah, I do agree with that idea that I don't think Kyle and Voss are on the same level, but I do think Kyle is also being kind of fucked over here.
Both of those statements are true. So Huss finally responds. This is Huss. You're listed at your spot because of how you play. I took 1v1s into consideration, hence why Mace is up there. It's not about beef. Because I'm not using my opinion. I'm using others' opinions and just go along with it. Thought you were someone who didn't care about list placements. Flaming as Angel, but here you are DMing me that Musab being greater than you is the biggest shit you ever seen.
Musab, yo, I gotta get us to show us the DMs.
Oh, expose the DMs.
We need to see it.
Musab is better than you, and I can back that, especially in 3v3s. I haven't seen a 1v1 between you two, but I'd like to see a damage mirror between you two in a 3v3, and then I will gladly put you ahead. Damn!
It's being thrown. I'm glad he's defending himself.
Yeah, yes, me too. Chaffo, Noid, Atrix are the top 3 because they can healer, bard, and damage.
Okay, I'll say this right. Let's get this out of the way. If you can't play bard, you shouldn't be listed. That is the easiest class in the fucking game.
Wait, this is awkward.
Okay, you've just never done it. If you played bard, you would get it really fast. It's just autoing.
Yeah, and
figure out who to press dissonance on, keep drums up, and auto attack people. That's it.
And again, I already explained the playstyle behind healer, and if that's something that you really want to do, like, I feel like anybody can do that. I just feel like most people aren't going to want to play like a fucking pussy like that. That's not fun for most people. So if you're saying that just because people are choosing not to have fun, or the alternative because people are just choosing to play the most overpowered class out of the class pools, that makes them worthy of top 10, you're just straight up wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
Being in the top 10, especially the top 5, Huss says, you need to have mastered both support and damage classes. I mean, that's not a bad point. No disrespect to Corny, but he's not in the top 5. When you have Noid, Chaffo, Atrix, Red, and Asper who can use all classes to an exceptional standard. I can use Barber, and I consider that to be a support class. I consider that to be just as much of a support class, and I consider it to be more skillful to play Barber than Bard.
It is. I've played both a lot. Barber definitely takes a lot more, like...
Dude, you have to actively, like, manage your mana, and you... And like,
Bard never has that problem. Bard has so much mana regen.
Yeah. So, so UIT responds and he says, "Nah, you are salty."
Here we go.
And then he just starts straight up talking shit. He says, "I beat you." He says, "I beat you in a 2v2 tournament. It is what it is. I'm saying what it is."
Let's go!
Your act with me changed so fast after that. I have dunked on your sin as healer. Sit, motherfucker.
God damn.
Oh.
Bro, UMT definitely wasn't this about the smoke back in like 2013.
Bro, but
I don't know what's happened over the past few years, but this dude is evolved, and I'm all for it.
No, I think UIT understands. I think he knows like what needs to be done to keep the community alive. I think he knows how to make the game fun right now. I think UIT knows what he's doing, man. I think he's allowing himself.
I think UIT is important.
I think UIT is allowing himself to be a little vulnerable here for the sake of content, and I respect that.
I respect that too.
So Huss replies and says, "This guy, what a joker!"
What a joker!
UIT says he's done playing nice. Huss says, "Corny, Noid, and Musab against you. Asper and HT ended up in a 30-2, all cause your bard sucks." Jesus.
You suck at bard, UIT!
No! The match that I have recorded where UIT's on a team with Bradley, UIT's also on Bard.
Oh, they put him on Bard duty.
Yeah. UIT says, "Yet you still lost to me." Huss says, "I'm not salty, I'm taking other people's opinions and saying what I see." Oh, boy. Yeah. Yo, get real.
There's some stuff I want to say about what he said. About a few things that Huss said.
Dude, would you like to say that now? As I find
you want to do that now?
You could say, I'm going to scroll for another juicy part and you can start explaining your...
Okay, so Huss is saying that his whole list-making idea is that instead of it just being his opinion, it's a giant conglomerate based on what a lot of people think. I'm going to say this right now. I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm going to say this right now. I've been a list maker publicly and anonymously. I can tell you right now, if your lists are supposed to be like showing off the public opinion, you're one of two things. You're either lying to everyone or you're lying to yourself, because that's not how it works. I don't think you should be making I don't think you should be posting a list to your channel and just say like, oh, this is a conglomerate idea of a lot of people. This is a bunch of opinions glued together and it's like an average. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right for a game like this where everything's as close as it is. And where realistically there isn't enough like active gameplay from what I've seen for like people to have really good in-depth thoughts.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's considering like everybody who's ever played PvP in this game is a sheep. Like there are popular when there are popular opinions, players do not think for themselves, and that is something that has always been true throughout 4.3.11 history. So and I think Huss being sort of a new player in terms of like joining in 2019 when kind of the list phase had already I mean, I don't know. The good lists had already been phased out, so
yeah,
like
it was gone.
I don't think he quite realizes that there is still as much bias in creating a group opinion list than there is just using your own opinion, man.
Seriously, whose opinions is he asking? I know it's not everyone.
No, I mean,
damn well he didn't ask you or me.
Nah, I don't think any of my opinions have been taken into account. Just for the fact I haven't really necessarily given any, but yeah, I haven't been asked either. So
he also said like, what's it called? He was taking like 1v1s into consideration and shit.
Yeah. And
then why am I listed? I haven't really 1v1'd anyone that isn't you.
Yeah.
So, like, what the fuck's going on there?
But I will say though, I have uploaded a lot of content with you, so they can like kind of see how you're performing.
Yeah, but that's not like the full thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's at least something to like judge you based on. That's not even nearly enough for.
I don't see either. That's why I was surprised when he asked like, "Yo, should I list you?" It's like, yeah, sure, but I went into it thinking like, does he just need another person? And I think that's what it was. I think he just didn't want to make a top 25. I think he just wanted it to be 30 people.
I think that's fine though. You do get on, you PvP enough that like if you want to be, like,
yeah,
you know.
I just don't think like I don't know. It's weird, I guess.
Okay, so I found another little UIT. He reposts his research papers. And he tells Huss to address it. Huss says he already did. UIT says it's musical chairs in top 10 with zero fucking change. With corny, what can corny not? So UIT obviously he's also a huge advocate for corny, and
yeah, I've seen that.
And again, you know, we probably don't know too much about corny. I believe I said he was overrated on the list a little bit, but
yeah.
So I'm not gonna say anything now. Yeah, Aatrix Aatrix definitely should. Like, Aatrix did an impossible feat. Aatrix won the tournament. He should have been number one. Pretty simple. UIT is speaking facts there. Let's see. Oh, there's me.
Hey.
There's me kind of shit talking. Hey. There's me kind of shit talking Voss. Because Voss always asks to be taken off of lists. But that he also, let's see, let's actually read this. I personally don't have beef, because UIT says that Voss has beef with people, and that's why Voss's list placement kind of depends on where his beef is at. Because Voss is one of those guys, he got banned from the 2v2 tournament. Because...
Wait, really?
Yes, he got banned from the 2v2 tournament because in the 1v1 tournament, they accused him of using, like, damage boost capes or like the glitch, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
that glitch is a problem. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, dude.
Yeah, he said, I personally don't have beef with anyone per se, but if they do with me, they can just talk to me. I'm literally a damn fetus.
What?
Wait a minute.
What does that mean?
To be honest, I just don't want to be on the list because I don't think I'm actively competing for anything worthwhile. It's just a game, and will always be a game. Someone's opinion on me is going to be subjective, and bias only plays a part if they take their feelings into consideration versus their actual opinion on your spot on a list they made. He just said so many things squished together. So at the end of the day, me personally, I would take it with a grain of salt because we don't have a player base enough to do top 50s, and that's pretty much. Yeah, I was just trolling him because he has to be taken off the list, and then he also said something about taking.
I swear you've always had a problem with people who want to be off of lists.
I know, I don't like it. It rubs me the wrong way because it always. You don't own your character page, man. Like you should be willing to help out the community just by like letting somebody throw in your character page as a filler. I was always okay with it. So like people used to always use me in the 90s.
I'll say this right now. If you're like participating at all, then you should be listed.
Yeah.
If you stop participating, if you say like I'm stepping away, stop listing me, that's one thing.
Yeah.
That's why I think Kyle shouldn't be listed.
Yeah, that's 100% how I feel about it. So let's see.
Like, he was in the 1v1 tournament. How are you going to be in the 1v1 tournament and then say like, oh, I don't want to be listed?
True.
That rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, so it does me too. So UIT, he enters all caps mode here.
Oh no.
So Huss says, yeah, I had no clue about Asper being in the top 3. That spot wasn't even right. UIT says, so on the 2 lists that are posted anon, you can't even account for top 3 asperity. Lamau! Like, please, at least.
So hard.
It doesn't matter. Well, actually, damn it, dude, I have noise reduction on Streamlabs, so that means it probably cut out there too. Fuck!
You know what? It's okay. People know what you did.
Yeah, people know what I did. They know the power. All I'm doing is I'm breaking reality with my screams.
Breaking reality. It's fucking Gogeta versus Broly. You're doing that every time you yell.
Yes. Like,
I'm about it.
At least have some facts to back up your shit. Huss says, quiet your autistic ass down. Talk normally to me, son.
Damn.
More fucking more research, dude. More like I'm not gonna go into, I'm not even gonna go into this. He actually even looks at the tier list. Like, oh my god.
That's my dude.
Oh, okay. So let's see if there's anything else here we can look over.
UIT is my fucking guy.
UIT is just going crazy. Like, bro, please wake up, Lamau. You are bad, Salty.
What's happening?
Where are your receipts, bro?
That's my fucking guy right there.
He says,
Let him know.
He says, I think I'm done. Huss says, all you're doing is screaming and laughing, dude.
What's happening?
Huss, our UIT says, you are very on the defensive. It is fine. I'm not. I'm literally telling you what I'm saying, dude. This is crazy.
This is great.
Alright, UIT goes...
I need to see this UIT 1v1 Koremon. That's what I need.
Yeah, so UIT goes on to defend why he's better than Musab, and they circle back.
They circle back to UIT spot.
Yeah.
I still don't know how good Musab is, so I can't comment on it. But I said I think UIT is underrated. I stand by that.
Yeah, Huss thinks that UIT is only making a big deal just because of, Musab being better than UIT. And UIT says, of course he is! UIT says, of course! Because I know I'm better. I love Musab, but for you to pin the blame on me for the 3v3 shows how biased you are. Dude, I actually... This is something that I can relate to. So there's been a few matches, especially when I first came back. I've been really good on Ninja since Hero. And when I came back and they asked me to do a 3v3 and I played Ninja, I literally missed like 90% of my Shadow Blades, and I got flamed so fucking hard for just not knowing how to stun. And like they blamed the entire 3v3 on me. They said I was shit at Ninja. They wanted to place me low. Like that. This is kind of where like the RNG thing kind of comes into factor. You're gonna lose. Things are gonna happen. How can you take one game and use that as like a reason to I don't know, say somebody's dog shit. I don't know. I don't like that because it's happened to me, and UIT obviously feels like it's happened to him. I've proven time and time again, and I've uploaded my POVs that I'm doing everything right with Ninja. I'm one of the best fucking Ninja players, whether you guys want to admit it or not. I will destroy anybody in a 3v3 mirror with Ninja. If Hero was still here, I would outdamage all of you. You would see it. But that's just my opinion. Oh my god!
You can't yell like that and then be like, oh, that's just my opinion.
It is just my opinion. But UIT, he calls out Hus to a 1v1 right fucking now on Safiria. Because, look, Hus is saying the same thing I'm saying right now, dude. My Ninja will always be better than yours. I guess everybody in the community has the best Ninja. What the fuck's going on?
Hey, not me.
Oh, not you, dude.
I ain't about that shit.
Hus declines the 1v1, says he doesn't need to prove himself. Says all UIT is doing is screaming. UIT says keep fucking running. Put your money where your fucking mouth is.
UIT is about it. What's going on?
And then he wants me
against it.
Damn, I gotta promo some shit now. Hus versus UIT, the greatest 1v1 of the century. Forget Vader and UIT. It's already been passed. We have the next biggest match. We have.
I'll put it like this: we put the pressure on UIT. We didn't think he would show up to that call. We didn't think he'd show up and like actually call Vader out on his shit. He did. He went in there. He said he was like, "What the fuck is up?" And then he beat Vader's ass. UIT's about it.
Whooped his fucking ass. He showed up. He proved himself. And the thing is, I don't even think there was real beef there. Here, we have real beef. We have people who genuinely do not want to lose to each other now.
And that's what we need.
Because I got the feeling Vader might have known he was going to lose, dude. I don't think...
Vader liked the idea of a show match.
Yeah,
that's why he wanted people to be there for it.
Dude, Vader is the fucking Mr. Satan of 4-11, dude. Oh, yo! Oh my god.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That is. So, I'll... What's up?
What? Why is someone posting? You know what? Whatever. We're not gonna talk about the gif of fucking meat slicing down there. What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, so hopefully, let's see. I don't want to go over too much more of this. They continue. Yeah. I think they just repeat the same things over and over again. But now that we have a point, because I do want to end the video on this 1v1 hype. I think these guys need to fucking fight.
Well, what's it called? There's something I want to ask you, because it's something I've been thinking about since this list came out.
Oh, okay.
With some things that have come out.
Okay.
So, I've been around, so I have an opinion on this, but I want to hear what your opinion on this. As someone who hasn't been a big list maker.
I've made a few.
You made a few here and there, but you've never been like the main list maker for anything. So I want to know. I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
Would you rather there be like a fully public list maker, or would you rather it be someone anonymous?
Do
you side with the AQW network or the F1 network?
So actually, that's a really hard. I think they both. I like them both because, like, I don't know which one is. Okay, anonymous is better because people like UIT can't do what they're doing right now, and that's the only reason I say that. But then on the flip side, I think posting lists on your main channel and being the guy who makes it is also good for the fact that UIT can do this. Like, he can pinpoint bias and call somebody out on their shit when he thinks there is bias. On an anonymous list, if you think there is bias and you have nowhere to direct it to, then there's nothing that's really necessarily going to change about the list, because that player is never going to feel like they're being personally attacked or challenged. So there's like good sides and bad sides to both.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think?
So obviously I've done anonymous lists before. I've done public lists. Everyone knows it. Now, let me say this. When I was making lists publicly and everyone knows who I was, there was this weird like pressure that I felt like I had to meet certain I had to put people in certain spots. Like, I was becoming a sheep by posting lists publicly. Because, like, I didn't want to be the guy who put, like, people I like low.
Yeah.
But I thought they should be lower. But I put them higher anyway.
Oh,
but when I would do lists anonymously, I didn't have to have a filter. I could just put what I thought. And so what it kind of comes down to is, it kind of depends on the person who's doing it, but I think, realistically speaking, anonymous lists have so much more potential to be unbiased.
So you do think there is a potential, maybe a subconscious bias when you are posting...
I think there's a big subconscious bias.
Yeah, when you're posting lists publicly.
Because I felt it. I wouldn't be surprised if Huss is feeling it. Because I didn't realize it until I took a step back. I had to take a step back and then look at it, and I was like, wait. I don't think this. Why did I do this? And then I realized, like, I just didn't want to beef with people. So I was a sheep.
Dude, oh man. Like, I guess that was... I do think it definitely depends on the type of people, the type of person, because for me, I was the opposite way. Dude, on my GOAT list, Bradley's gonna destroy me when he finally finds out that I put him behind Vader on the GOAT list. But like, I wanted beef. Like, I had no problem.
Okay, that's you, because when you make lists, you're about the content. You're about the stories.
I am. Like, I have this like opposite bias where like, I will put people places just to piss them the fuck off. Like, I have no problem doing that. So
you have no problem doing that, but like, you're a big content person. I think if we're talking purely like how to make a list the most accurate, I think an anonymous list is always going to be more accurate.
I agree with you. Absolutely. I think that's
so. That's why I'm glad that we have like an anonymous list maker, and I hope they stay around.
Yeah. Yo, are we talking about EU list maker or the other guy?
I guess both. I
hey,
forget
shout out to you both. There's the one that's zoomed in, and there's the one with the really fast like character pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all suck at editing, but you're doing God's work.
Yep. Keep up the great work. Can we wrap the video up there?
Yeah, we could wrap it up here, and you can get to promoting this 1v1.
Okay.